don't have a lot of time in our daily paint time, so maybe that's what we'll end up calling this, daily paint time. So I think that turquoise goes really well with the pink, so we're going to start painting in our Eiffel Tower. Hey, as you come on, say hello. Taking our little creative trip to Paris. That is definitely on my must-see places to go. So what did you think of yesterday's painting? Our Be Nice sign. We've got a lot of fun compliments on that one. That one is available for in-person paint parties, so if you have a group that would like to get together, maybe your office would like to get together for some fun time, team building time, take a day and paint and get to know each other, get to know people in your office away from the daily tasks. That sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm just using a 1-inch, my 1-inch brush, flat brush, and I have some turquoise. I'm just going to get a first layer on here before we do any of the top layering. I wanted to give one more reminder for our Paint Your Pet this Saturday. If you are local near Newton, Kansas, we're going to have a Paint Your Pet party Saturday. It starts at 2. So if you want to participate in that, I really need your photo of your pet today. You can text me your photo, or you can even send it in Messenger, and I will get your canvas ready for you to paint on Saturday. It's a lot of fun. We keep it light, fun. We get the music going. You'll have your pet on the canvas, traced out on the canvas for you. First you paint a fun background color, and I will have all kinds of colors out for you to choose from, but I recommend one color for the background, and then you can concentrate on your pet after that. That way you don't have to worry about overlapping with the background color over your pet. So it's just part of the process, but it keeps it fun. And I love watching people look at their pet pictures, and they just get this lovely look on their faces. They probably don't even realize they're doing it, but you can just see they have lots of warmth and kindness on their faces looking at their pets. So that's what they do for us, isn't it? Oh, I know there's probably days that they maybe get in the trash or bark a lot when you're trying to take a nap, all those extra things, but really they add a lot to our lives, don't they? So that is what we're doing this Saturday. But yeah, I want you to be able to participate, but I really need the photos today if you are looking to do it. I have plenty of time if I get them today to have it ready. This painting here, this would be fun with a group of students that maybe are in a French club. this would be a fun one for them. Just as an idea. You can get this blocked in pretty quickly using this big brush. Okay. Who else is got traveling to Europe and visiting the tourist attractions like the Eiffel Tower? Who else has that on their list of things they want to do? Your bucket list. Definitely. All right. So I can see I just did a little oops, not to worry. I'm going to take a clean brush. That pink is dry underneath. So I can wet my brush, wipe, swipe, rinse, wipe, swipe. There, that's pretty good. Okay, so while we let that dry just a little bit, we can go ahead and block in, make sure it's in the camera. I want to go ahead and block in some green here for, there's a little bit of grass at the bottom of this hill. So I have some dark green. I'm going to lighten it with a little bit of white. This is what's fun about using a traceable, that you can get to the fun stuff quicker. And it's okay if your green varies a little bit. Come up close to this line and see, you can just clean up that line really quickly where they join. There we go. Who's starting to decorate your homes for spring and Easter? I'm slowly getting some things out. So yeah, that's always fun to get a few things out that you each year. Usually I have some little things that I like to get out for Easter. But we have a little cat in our family now, so she's pretty good. She doesn't climb on furniture too much, but I'm a little worried about tempting her a little too. Don't want to over tempt her with little knickknacks. So rethinking that strategy. So I know these are going to be little green leaves. So I want to get the first layer of green on them. I have the green and the white on my brush. That way I can do some different tones of this green. All right. Looking good. I think we will go ahead and start adding some detail up here. So, and this part is going to be mostly black and some white for highlights. So first off, I'm going to take an angle brush. I have a little black on it. I'm going to just kind of outline. I think I had a little less caffeine this morning, so hopefully my arm will be a little more steady. There we go. This Thursday I get to do something I love to do. I'm going to go visit my friends at Reflective Ridge. It's a senior community. We're going to paint some fun things. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I would say I have one of the best jobs for me. I get to meet fun people who love to paint too. And I love doing this, coming on and connecting with other people here online as well. So what a great time to be a creative, you know? Before we had a way to socially connect, we'd be getting out and meeting people to do stuff like this. And for certain reasons, there's probably a lot of people that missed out or didn't know about going to a community center to learn to paint or draw or knit or sew. So many things that we could learn and learn from each other. How about that? So if you have a ladies group or maybe your office would like to get together and paint a fun picture. Yeah, I'd prefer people not faint at these events. Okay, so we got that outlined. So I know the Eiffel Tower is metal and it has all these bars. We're going to keep this loose and fun, so I'm just going to suggest the steel iron bars. So I don't have to put in each one, but they do need to look like they're going in the right direction. And then this part, I'm going to give it some boxes, and I'm just using the edge of that brush and I'm going to turn the brush over and just give a little dab to suggest there's an indentation of how the metal's put together there. Turning the brush around using that point. It's a neat way to get a fun design. And we'll come down here. when we sketch, do sketching, there's a crosshatch type of sketching, and that's pretty much what this is reminding me of. So when you learn one skill, say in daily sketching, you can transfer it to painting pretty easily. Now on here I'm just making some vertical lines, thicker lines, and they don't all have to be the same. Now we've got this one in. So under here we're going to say there's a shadow. And just kind of blot in our shadow, because there might be something that gets a shadow from the light more than other areas. So that curve is shown. Make this arch a little more archy, and I'm going to go ahead and outline it. Give that a little bit of black outline. Now back here is a really cool light. So this part I'm going to try not to drag my little finger through the paint over there. Sometimes it helps to rest a finger on your canvas if you're doing something you want to keep steady with. So that is a helpful trick, but just try not to stick your finger in a wet spot. All right. So we're getting to a little tighter, more delicate space. I'm gonna get this big thing here. Now I'm going to switch brushes. I want this to look like there's light in there. So I'm going to use this round brush. Let's put some yellow in there. I'll grab some of that pink. And it's the same pink as this one. It's going to look a little different though. It's going to look a little more orange fire engine red, because I do have that yellow on here. So if that doesn't look so great to you, you can wipe some of the yellow off before you add the red. Alright, so I'm going to just kind of wipe my brush. Whoops, I accidentally picked up some black, but hey, I'm going to use it. Because I know this is a thin line here. Rinse and wipe. Try not to pick up that black this time. And I don't want this to be super harsh in there, so I'm going to pick up some more of just yellow. I want to create a glow here. And it looks like I'm still picking up some black, so alright, we better let that set and we'll come back and add a little more glow to that. Which I'm going to pick up some white to put in the center. That will help. Let that dry while we're letting that yellow dry. So now I have this white on my brush, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to put a little bit of white in our cross hatching here. Just a little glistening from the sun. Maybe this isn't evening time if the light's on already. So this painting is going to be available for an in-person paint party. It will also be available for an art kit. So if that is something you want to do, please contact me. Let's get it set up. I'm going to add some white here. Add a little white to our leaves. That will help. We can come in and put some brighter green in, and having that little bit of white will help make that shine a little more. All right, see, this is going pretty quick here. So we have two blossoms here, two big flowers, and I'm going to make these purple just so we have another color. So I'm going to fill this in with purple, and then we'll add a couple layers of varying purples, and then a pinch of color. I'm thinking maybe some yellow. Yellow and blue are complements, and also purple is a complement for yellow, or yellow is a complement for purple. Just some fun little tips. We are doing pretty good on time today. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to add some fun color here, a little purple there, just to kind of make this a fun area to look at. I'm going to put a little purple on our leaves. All right, I'm going to rinse that a little bit. I need to let that dry. So I'm going to take a small brush, come in here with our yellow. I'm going to pick up yellow and white this time. Try to clean this up a little bit. I got a little carried away, like you do. You just get so excited. So excited. Look at that. Picking up some black again. So that black is still wet. All right. Just going to tap in some of that pink. And now tapping in there. All right, well, I will need to let that dry. Okay, let's see. Let's add, I'm gonna use a different brush now. I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow on our greenery here. Because it's fun. I don't want to totally cover up all that white. Now, if we add any yellow here, we're going to need some white first. So pick up a little bit of white. Just going to kind of lay it in. And I want to do it in a curved fashion because these are petals. Alright, where else do I... So now I have a little pink on there. We'll just incorporate it. Let's just have fun with some color. And under here, this is just primary red right there. See, it's kind of a rosy red. Let's make that a little deeper there. So we have this lamppost. Maybe come in and add a little streaks of some white. I'm going to kind of outline this right here. Little tiny detail brushes are a big help. Alright, and I'm going to give this a little blast of air, so here we go with the hairdryer. Now let's go pick up some of this yellow. My white is still wet and I don't want to totally cover it up. I want to have some of that showing. So I'm going to see if I can kind of lay it on top here. This is called Fun Art, which is a really good distresser. Alright, let's see, what else do we need? We can keep this brush. I feel like I want to outline some petals here, so I'm going to mix a little black with some purple just to kind of come in and give these a little bit of structure here. When I first started Studio B, some of you may have heard this, but I did this, it was a time in my life when I was working a graveyard shift, and I needed a way to meet other people that like to paint. So I started Studio B as a way to find people that like to paint. And I'd host an event, and then that's how I got to meet a lot of you. It was fun to finally meet my people, you know what I mean? Alright, I think we need a little more white here and there. Right next to the black, so it kind of gives the black a little bit of purpose here. I hope that this gives you some ideas how you would want to paint this. I tell people we're not going to grade anybody. This is your time to let loose and have some fun. Alright, I have this really bright green. I wanted to see how it looked. Not super bright, just light. Different. Since we got all these colors out, let's use them, right? Let's put some of that over here. I am going to make a video. Some of you might be wondering, why does she keep talking about art kits? What is in an art kit? So I'm going to show you in a video what you would find in an art kit. And there's a couple varying types of art kits, but basically it's a canvas that has the design already on it. Sketched on, and then you'd get a sample picture of the finished picture, as well as some paint. A lot of the art kits have the paint, or sometimes you might get an art kit that just has the design, a supply list, design on a canvas, supply list, and instructions. So that would be like the basic, and then a premium type art kit would have it would have the paint, some brushes, a little cover for your table, instructions, everything. It would have everything you would need, except an easel. That would not be in there. So. All right, so we could do a little more with that background now that it's dry. You could come in, well, I won't do it now, but you could come in with some varying lighter pinks and darker pinks if you wanted to change up the background a little bit. Give that a little more pizzazz. I'm just going to do a quick fun edging with just white. In this sample, I'm just going to kind of brush it towards, from the edge towards the picture. In our picture in the background, I thought the light would be better for the framing. And you can do up into the grass here. Let's see how it looks. Oh, that's okay. I'm letting the edges, how the bristles pull as I'm doing this, letting that be part of the design. So it's 12:39. Look at that, guys. We did it. We did it in about 40 minutes. So as you can see, you could keep going on adding color here and there, but we're going to call that good for this purpose of demonstrating it. So if you would like to paint a Paris Eiffel Tower, just let me know. Thank you. Bye.